Hello everyone! Today we'll be making 5 super easy and delicious gourmet appetizers for New Year's Eve. So let's get smoking! So the first step, we'll be making cherry tomato truffles. For this we'll be taking a 1/4 cup of walnuts, and using an air fryer or even the oven is absolutely fine. You can roast them for about 7 to 8 minutes. Once they have cooled down, we will chop them into fine pieces. You can use a chopper as well for this. Next, we will take 50 grams goat cheese and 25 grams cottage cheese. And using a fork, we will mash it well together. Next, we will add about a tablespoon of chopped fresh parsley. To this, we will also add salt and pepper, along with 1/8 teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder. Bring it all together by combining well with the fork and eventually using your fingertips, mashing it well to make it like a dough consistency. Next, we will bring in our cherry tomatoes and taking a bit of the cheese mixture and flatten it out between your fingertips, enough to coat the cherry tomatoes with the entire cheese mixture. And gently rolling it between your palms to make sure it doesn't fall apart. Repeat the same for the rest of the cherry tomatoes. Ideally, this mixture would be enough for about 12 to 15 cherry tomatoes. Next, taking a flat dish, we will sprinkle about 4 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley. Along with this, we will also take chopped dried cranberries and sprinkle them just as well. To this, we will also take our roasted walnuts which have been chopped. And taking our cherry tomato coated with the cheese, we will roll it into the sprinkle mixture and press it all together to coat it well. Similarly, you will repeat the same for the rest of the cherry tomatoes. So there you have your ready cherry tomato truffles. Next up, we'll be making the spiced herb tofu with pickled cucumber. This one is a vegan version, and it's always good to have some ready for your vegan crowd as well. So taking a block of firm tofu, we will slice them into cubes. Next, taking a slicer, we will take 1 small green cucumber and slice it into thin strips, just like I've shown here. We will soak these in about a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar and set it aside for a few minutes. Once they're done, we will roll them up into curls like these, just like I've shown here. Set them aside for later use. Next, taking a flat dish, we will take 3 tablespoons of mixed dried herbs, which is a mix of thyme, oregano, chili, basil, and dried tomato flakes. To this, we will also sprinkle some 3 tablespoons of chili flakes and a pinch of salt. Now taking our firm tofu cubes and the cucumber rolled up, we will coat each cube with the spice mix, just like I've shown here. And placing a rolled up pickled cucumber and holding it in place with the help of a skewer. And all you have to do is repeat the same for the rest of the tofu cubes. And just like that, we're ready with our next appetizer, the spice herb tofu with pickled cucumber. Next up, we have the Beet Napoleons with cottage cheese. For this, we will take 2 fresh beetroots which are sliced and steamed. And placing them on the kitchen towel will help it drain all the moisture from the beetroot slices. Once they are drained, we will take them on a clean sheet of chopping board. Along with this, we will also take 250 grams of block cottage cheese, which has been sliced to about a 1/4 inch thickness. And placing them on the board as well, we will sprinkle with a pinch of salt and some black pepper as well. Next, here I have taken a square inch size cookie cutter, and using this we will be cutting the beetroot and the cottage cheese. Starting with the beetroot first, and then slicing into the cottage cheese, then again going into the beetroot slice, and again a cottage cheese, and finally ending with the beetroot slice. Taking the entire block and placing it on the serving dish, pushing it down with the help of your fingertip, just like I've shown. Go ahead and repeat the same for the rest of the cubes. And in case you don't have a square cutter, you can very well go with a round cutter as well. You can use any shape you like. Once we're done with that, we will take about 1/8 cup of cream cheese. To this we'll be adding a pinch of garlic powder and onion powder. Mix it well using the spoon. Fill the mixture into a piping bag. Along with this, we'll be taking some pine nuts and some chopped chives. Simply pipe out some of the cream cheese on one of the cubes, sprinkle some chives, and placing a pine nut in the center. So there you have your Beet Napoleons with cottage cheese. As easy as 1, 2, 3. You can even bring your little ones along to make this appetizer. It's a fun activity, I'll say. Don't you think? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Next up, we'll be making caramelized pumpkin with cheese squares. For this, we'll be taking about 250 grams of cubed pumpkin. Make sure to skin them and slice them into cubes of equal sizes. Next, taking some oil in a pan and heat it up to a smoking point where you're going to caramelize the pumpkins. Ensure to turn them over on each side to caramelize them well on all the sides. Once they are done, you can just sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper to coat it well. Next, taking all the ingredients for this appetizer, here I've taken the vegan sour cream. You can take any regular sour cream you like, the pumpkins, and also the microgreens, plus some olives. Taking a cube on the serving dish and placing a dollop of the sour cream, we will top it with a slice of an olive and some microgreens as well. This gives a pretty look and adds a little freshness to every bite you take. Similarly, repeat the rest of the cubes with the same dollop of cream cheese and olives and herbs. So here we are, caramelized pumpkin cheese squares ready to serve. If you'd like me to show you the vegan recipe for the sour cream, do put in a comment below and I'll surely put it up on the videos. Next up, we'll be making the smoked feta zucchini rolls. These are one of the favorite appetizers for all the guests I've served, and not to mention the orders that I get for these. So starting with a clean bowl, we will take about 250 grams of cottage cheese. To this we'll be adding 100 grams of feta cheese, and using a fork we will mash it all together. To this we'll be adding 1/8 cup of cheddar cheese. Once again combining it well with the fork. Adding a pinch of garlic powder, mixing that as well. To this we'll be adding 2 tablespoons of chopped red capsicum and about 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley. Combine everything together. And making a well in the center, we will bring the mixture towards the side of the bowl. Placing a small metal bowl in the center, we will place a piece of active burning charcoal into the bowl. And lightly drizzling with some oil, we will immediately conceal the bowl with the help of a lid tight enough to hold all the smoke within. The aroma of the smoke fills the room and I'm drooling already. While the cheese is smoking itself, we will take a slicer and take a zucchini with the ends chopped off and slice it into thin strips just like I've shown here. Next, taking a grill pan and getting it smoking hot, we will place the strips of zucchini and grill them on both the sides. Once they are done, place them on a wire rack to cool and we will use them for the filling. Checking on the cheese that has been smoked. Now once the cheese has been smoked, we will remove the container with the charcoal and just mix it all well. And now taking a strip of the zucchini roll, we will place some of the filling towards the end of the strip and roll it just like I've shown here, like a small cigar. Repeat the same for the rest of the zucchini strips. So there you have your smoked feta zucchini rolls ready to serve. I hope you get to make these appetizers and I hope they turn out to be your favorite too. Enjoy! Happy holidays everyone! Thank you for watching. Bye for now. And I'd be happy if you'd subscribe too. Thank you.